Friday night, what's happening? Who's playing?
Look, the Sharks on their social media platforms announced their touring squad and all the Springboks are in. Eben Etzebeth is back, Bongi Mbarambe is back, Fassi is back, Lucanio Arm is back, Grant Williams and them are all back. It's a complete...
big dog.
It's big dogs. Die honde blak, woef, woef, woef.
2 kilos
Okay?
meat, okay,
Die
man.
honde is terug, woef, woef. Maar die Sharks. Here we go, Ruckers. This is the time of the week again. It's time for your number one rugby podcast, okay? This is Behind the Ruck. This is episode 92, and we are proudly supported by SuperSport Bet. Okay, Ruckers, make sure you download the app. Make sure you switch right now. Get your skin in the game, and maybe you are also right with your predictions on score, but go and place a bet. That is what it's all about. Ruckers, I'm the short one. I am the round one. Oh, I'm Rudy Page. Next to me, I've got my partner.
Guys, go tell your family it's Juan de Jong in the house. Yeah, partner. Huh? Good, 92, episode 92, and I'm in my green. Okay, Rory did his thing, you know what I'm saying? And it's Festina time, that's green. Yes,
fantastic.
The green machines in the house.
Ruckers, and also he's talking about green. Rory won, but also this week my partner celebrated his birthday.
Hey,
so I want us to give him a nice round of applause.
Thanks.
Happy birthday, boyki.
Thanks, appreciate it. Where's the cake? I want to blow. Okay.
It's afterwards.
Okay, afterwards.
Buddy, how old are we now?
No, 37 in the house, 40s around the corner.
Damn.
But it's called maturity, okay, experience, okay, like the Springbok experience. Yeah, my partner, you, why you in blue? Is it UCT? Is it Bulla?
It wasn't for UCT, but now that you mention it, I'm going to rock with it. Okay. The newly crowned FNB Varsity Cup winners, UCT, Ike Tigers.
Wow, hey, what
Brilliant.
a game that was. And you obviously had the FNB experience when it came to the Shield, the final of the Shield, and also Monday's night final.
Yes, the Varsity Cup final worked at both events. Yeah, our talent in our country party is
wow.
phenomenal. Really phenomenal. The crowds that came out Friday night to the Shield game, and then Monday night, you were also there.
Yeah.
Look, seeing the Danny Craven packed out in maroon.
Beautiful, yeah.
Beautiful scenes. Were you impressed?
I was very impressed. Yeah, I mean, it's been 17 years. I mean, 2008 was when we won the first time. Okay, and that's also Marty's versus UCT. Very impressed by the crowd that came out and supported their team. And unlucky, their team didn't win. So congratulations to UCT and Robbie Fleck as well.
Yes.
Wow, yeah.
Also, he was in the show, Ruckers. So
Go check it out.
Go check it out. He spoke very highly about his team, his coaching.
Yeah, so incredible scenes for them. They've got incredible players. I mean, experienced players as well. But also credit to Marty's. I mean, getting a final at the Danny Craven Stadium, but credit must also go to the coaching staff and the management. Craig Berry and Kabamba Floors. Obviously, it's been a lekker build for them since a couple of seasons ago, but to get themselves into a home final was good to see. But yeah, talent is very good in South Africa. It's good to see.
I think I want to get onto you there, congratulating Kabamba and Craig Berry as well. Sometimes we all know can only be one winner.
Yeah.
But the fact that they've done so well with that group of team who's still such a young Marty's team, and for them to compete in a final is absolutely one of these Ruckers. They've done an excellent job.
100%, yeah.
Two ex-players now doing a fantastic job as coaches.
Beautiful scene, say. And it's also the players as well. If you look at that final, the future is bright, eh? There's a couple of players that stood out for me. I don't know about you. Ntukosi, Makaza.
Yes.
Brilliant. A little bit of a power range, and he scored 2 fantastic tries. But he's also got the boot. He's got the Ramos type of vibes as well. The hooker, is it Keenan Blankenberg? He's like a Movaka around the park. Eh? And he moves into space and physical as well.
But those two players, I believe, should get professional contracts.
Don't they have?
I'm not too sure. I'm speaking under correction, the Ruckers, but I believe they got the talent to take some team to the next level. And I want to wink at the team in Wellington. Make a move.
Yes. Black and yellow. Okay.
Make a move right now.
And I want to wink to those players. Okay, don't ask too much. But yeah, at the end of the day, it is what it is. But good to see, man. There's so much place. Even with the Matis as well. The captain obviously came back from an injury. I mean, the fullback.
Ezekiel Mtumbeni.
Yes.
Fantastic young
leadership
rugby player.
as well. The 15 of UCT as well.
Look, the talent we will never have a shortage of in South Africa.
Durant Couvert, there we go.
Nice, well done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just so, good to see the talent in South Africa. But yeah, Varsity Cup has been awesome. 17 years and just to see how good it's been growing. Okay.
Ruckus, and again, I always talk about a big deal. Varsity Cup has celebrated 53 Springboks throughout the 17 years. But next to me, next to me is the very first numero 1. First ever Springbok out of the Varsity Cup. Daar sit hy. Daar sit hy.
Dankie.
Hy maak my so 5 keer 'n dag kwaad. But there is very first Springbok out of the Varsity Cup, and that is history. That can never be unwritten.
I appreciate it, man. Okay, but what to expect on Behind the Ruck? We got to move forward. Okay, Ruckus, there's a couple of things that's happening. Okay, I know you like your stuff. Okay, and there's much more coming on your way. Okay, but first we got to start off with our BrightRock Sweet Experience. Okay, on the 26th of April, we got a BrightRock Sweet Experience, and hopefully you can be there as well. But then after that, we got a Bounce Player of the Week that we need to cover. Only one team. Okay, Glaskassie still for the Stormers. Okay, and then rugby. Okay, myself and my partner, just the two of us. Hey, we can make it if we try. Just the two of us. Okay, we're gonna chat rugby, all things. Okay, EPCR, Investing Champions Cup, the Springboks. I mean, Brits and Irish Lions. Anything can go. Okay, expect anything today. And also after, Festina back in time competition. Okay, Three-peat. You like a freebie, so we'll give you freebies as well. Yeah, partner, cracking episode. Me and you alone. Okay. Fantastic. Sometimes it's important we dads. Okay.
No.
Get the kids out of the house. Get a bit of a date.
I like alone time. I love alone time, Ruckus.
So big fight. Yeah,
and Ruckus, we're gonna start with our BrightRock Sweet Experience, the competition we're currently running on social media, where we, myself, and my partner Behind the Ruck, with Association BrightRock, we're hosting winners in the suite of BrightRock at the DHL Stadium for the DHL Stormers versus Benetton Treviso on the 26th of April. How can you guys be there, okay? We are providing the seats. We are providing the snacks. We are providing the drinks. All I want you guys to do is to come and join us, is go to BrightRock's platform, find the form, fill it in, and we'll obviously announce the winners in due time. You'll get the email, obviously your personal details so that you have to fill in on the form, and we will entertain you throughout the game on the 26th of April.
100%, partner. I can't wait, eh?
Yes.
Hopefully the Loftus BrightRock Sweet Experience people didn't tell them about, we eating too much. And drinking too much. But it's going to be fun just to interact, to meet and greet with the Ruckers. I'm looking forward to that one. It's going to be a big game as well.
And part of the reason, Ruckers, why we're doing this type of competitions is to reward you guys for following our show, for watching the episodes. You guys have subscribed to the episode, and we want to give back to each and every one of you to make sure that there is an exchange happening. You guys offer up your time for us to watch the show, and we are rewarding you with a nice day at Greenpoint.
We like to give back.
As moet.
Yeah, BrightRock Sweet Experience, back in time. This is back.
Hopefully there will be a DHL Stormer player also that will be with us, that will be enjoying the time with us.
You never know.
Yes,
friend of the show, you never know.
Exactly.
Right, partner? Okay, let's get to the Bounce Player of the Week, Ruckers. Okay, this is made just for you by BrightRock, associate sponsor of the Vodacom Bulls and the DHL Stormers. And I said Stormers Glaskassie. But we over to Edinburgh, Scotland, eh? Bounce Player of the Week.
Ruckus, my Vodacom Bulls Bounce Player of the Week goes to Springbok 22-year-old Kainan Moody, coming off the bench and having a fantastic impact on the team's performance, coming very close after we had a difficult start to the game, trailing halftime 24-7 away at Edinburgh. So I thought Kainan Moody, his impact, he was massive, and I was so happy to have him back on the field.
Yeah. Great to see he's in a good mood. Eh? It's been too long. I mean, the technical stuff is very good at, and I mean, his running lines was absolutely fantastic. Good to see that he's back.
And sometimes, Ruckers, we forget that he's only 22 years old.
Yes,
he has won a World Cup already. He's a current Springbok. He's an excellent rugby player. And for me, the impact, and that is what the bounce play is all about. Players having certain moments within the games. And when I thought when he came onto the field, his touches, one try assist, and the fact that we looked much better with him on the field. He gets our bounce player of the week. Lekker Moody,
Yes,
Peppies.
Moody, good to see you back, hey? Yeah, and then straight talk about that game, straight into that game. It was EPCR, obviously quarterfinal time at Edinburgh. Edinburgh 34-28 Bulls. Partner, straight to you, eh? I mean, it was tight. It was a nail biter at the end. But, I mean, the first 40, 50 minutes kind of put the Bulls in the back foot a bit.
Look, Paddy, there's a few head scratches for me currently in the Bulls.
I felt a concern this past couple of weeks.
It's been a concern that's been growing over time, Boykie. And I think, look, the first thing that I think that after watching a lot of week, and I took some time over the weekend to sit and think, what am I picking up that we're missing? And the first thing that popped up to my mind is, I never thought of it like that, but we missed the X factor that Curtly Arendse provided for us constantly, and he's not there. And since he hasn't been there, we've lacked that try-scoring moments, that ability for him to create something out of nothing on counter-attack, getting line breaks, getting us into the games.
The balance.
All of a sudden, it's not there anymore.
And him, especially with Moody as well. Moody hasn't been there, but the two of them was pretty much like a salt and pepper type of vibes.
Oh, they'll complement each other beautifully.
David and Goliath type of vibes. Yeah, but it's also good to see Goosen that's back. Brought a little bit of different vibe when he came on, a bit of experience. I felt like Ambrose Papier played 10 minutes. You could have given him more opportunity. Zach got a yellow card, and the discipline. Even with Hannes Kirsten as well. Eh? Is it discipline issues? Because yellow card last weekend in a top 16 and then quarterfinals as well.
I think it's probably twofold for me, partner. It's our discipline, which you just alluded to now, and you spot on Ruckers. He's absolutely spot on. Other concerning part for me, maybe three. Maybe I've got three concerns currently. Oh,
Stop at three. I don't want five.
Three concerns. Discipline that you've just mentioned now. Second part, defense. We leak tries. We leak a lot of tries.
Is it great Edinburgh Tech? Because that was very good tries.
It was brilliant tries, but I feel like it's a consistent pattern now. Yeah. And I discussed the one thing that is bothering me defensively, backs-wise, that I want your take on. Then thirdly, I believe we lack a bit of creativity on attack. So it's discipline, it's defensive weaknesses, leaving holes, and then attack once we're behind. It's not once we're leading, it's once we're behind. Having that creativity to score tries and not depending on the forwards coming around the corner, dominating the gain line. Marcel Coetzee, obviously we lost Elrich Low. Kemi Anakov just recently come back. So that's the three parts for me that is currently alarming in Bulls rugby. I just believe, like, especially at the backs, we lack some sort of creativity at stages. Defensively, they're catching us napping currently with that old school options 12. Look long, play short. Play short, look long. I don't know how you say it, but that one, I don't know if there's a disconnect between the centers, and you could probably help me better
But
there.
I want to ask you, what type of rugby are you playing at the moment? Is it a Zwe? Because if you look at the team overall, and the seasons comes in team selection, if you have Willie Leroux, Johan Goosen, and these boys, it's pretty much we can have a go. But then if you do start playing different type of centers, it tells me, listen here, let's go forward. If you play Harold Foster maybe at 12, it's a different type of vibe. When Kriel maybe moves inside and we got Gans on the outside, then it tells me, listen here, let's have a go. Forwards dominance, go forward, and they can have a go afterwards. But yeah, I agree with you. I feel like you kind of miss individual brilliance. Great to see that Goosen is back. Cameron Hanekom is back. They give it a little bit of a spark. Kanan Moody is back. You want actually Curtly Arendse back. And he's talking about enjoying France, Japan.
Oh,
okay.
Let's makes me very nervous that Curtly is enjoying Japan so much, Ruckers.
Let's not go there. But the clinical areas, I mean, at the moment, for me, the Bulls doesn't look like they're clinical. It's in crucial parts of the areas. The last 10 minutes, I mean, they had a shot to win it. Every time they go to touch, they lose the ball. It's an overthrow, or the liners doesn't work, or something happens. Then it's a yellow card over here. It's just being clinical. And I felt like sometimes, a lot of the times, with discipline, first of all, yellow cards, but also being clinical as well. But the strings, there's a lot of strings. Those players back, but also scrum, very good.
Oh, very good.
But your scrum can't be good, and your line, it's up. So it's hot, cold.
Look, Wilco Low is playing a house on fire. The scrum with Gerrie Steenkamp and what the pack is doing, that is simply sensational currently, Ruckers, okay? So I'm not going to be all doom and gloom for Bulls rugby, but the concerns are there. And this is why me and my partner, we do debate these things because we want to get to the bottom line. Maybe for me, the question needs to be asked, the attacking coach. What type of rugby do the Bulls play? Are we a stump car with Harold Foster? We try and get gain line, or are we a team that want to play with Willie Leroux, moving Kriel inside centre, Gans on the 13? That is the question mark that we currently have.
It's a good question mark because up front you got the physicality so you can get gain line. Okay, you don't actually need then only a stump car at the back. But yeah, a lot of the seasons they need to make sure that they fix, because obviously when you came to Edinburgh as well, Edinburgh tried to keep them up as well. Even though they want to go forward, they lost like 3-4 opportunities there. But yeah, let's look forward to what the Bulls offers. But yeah, look, also at the Investing Champions Cup on Friday was Leinster versus Glasgow. Vakslav 52-0. Then Saturday was big ones like Bordeaux versus Munster 47-29. We had Northampton Saints 51-16 against Cast. And then Toulon versus Toulouse 18-21. A close one. Ramos dit gemos. Yeah, but Leinster,
Just say.
Asier maak dit.
It's 2 weekends in a row, Ruckers, that Leinster has given top-class elite rugby teams one of these.
Cricket scores.
A eiertjie.
Yeah. They give cricket scores and they give a
Openings batsmen is still betting. They're not out yet. Okay?
Yeah. Alarming, especially when you look at the URC as well. They only lost one against that team. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotta boost him, Ruckers. Okay, gotta boost him with his team.
But look, Coach Franco in the media probably said this week is what stands out for me is they lost against the international team that has the likes now added to that international Irish side. Ergie Snyman, Jody Barrett, Rabah Slamani. It's a formidable rugby team. That's a groot woord. Yeah, probably going to pass out now after that.
For a second I thought you playing golf. Okay, no, it wasn't. Okay. But yeah, they with the Island Boys coming back, they're on the next level. But even with them gone, those 3 guys you mentioned, they made a massive impact. Just keep them on that standard. So even with Jack Ninaber as well. It's a scary, especially with 4 games to come in the URC. We'll cover it now.
They're a scary outfit now. Investing Champions Cup partner in URC. They're absolutely the favourites for me to probably win both competitions. And I'm only saying they're the favourites to win the Investing Champions Cup also because your favourite guy is obviously injured for Toulouse.
Point taken.
Point taken. Antoine Dupont out for Toulouse. That's why I'm making Leinster favourites to win 2 competitions right now, upcoming in the next few
100%,
weeks.
Yeah. And how does Saints look for you in Toulouse? Obviously Toulouse, without Dupont.
I think it's going to be a tough one. They're going to face Bordeaux later on in the Investing Champions Cup. But it will be a French side, I believe, up against Leinster. Leinster will take care of Northampton. Not saying Northampton is not a good side. I just think Leinster currently is dominant, hot. With Jack Ninaber, Spice, Masala, making sure that no one can score against them. That's dangerous, guys.
That's next level, yeah. But while we're in the Investing Champions Cup on the 4th of May, it's going to be the semi-finals. We have Leinster versus Saints on the 3rd of May. Also Bordeaux versus Toulouse, you spoke about the Sunday and the 4th of May. Your prediction, before we get there, who will play in the final and who's the team that kind of looks to you?
I'm going to go Leinster versus Bordeaux in the final. Between Louis Berry-Barry.
Yes.
Yes. And Damien Pinot. It looks like they're driving down the N1. There's no stop signs, partner. 100%. They're just scoring tries.
It's a perfect, it's a plane. The one wing in the one wing. Okay, and then the forwards in the middle. Then they go. But Bordeaux is looking unbelievable at the moment. And we said, looking at that game, they don't have... Toulouse is not struggling, but they're missing that Dota.
And they don't, obviously, the fantastic scrum halves that play for France that obviously makes up for the missing piece of Antoine Dupont is now spread across France teams. Maxime Lucu playing for Bordeaux, Baptiste Rand playing for Toulon, Nolan Lagarec playing for Racing 92. So they don't have that star-studded replacement at Toulouse at the club. So he's more missed at Toulouse than at France.
Yeah, and those teams, Toulouse and Bordeaux, it's like top of the table class, top 14.
That's why I'm going with Bordeaux.
It's like Stormers and the Sharks, top of the table. Did I go too far?
I know it's his birthday week, Ruckers. I say seatbelt is lost.
I'm just checking. So you're saying Leinster versus Bordeaux in the final?
Who are you going with in the final Investing Champions Cup?
I'm going to go with Leinster.
Against?
At Bordeaux in the final.
Okay.
But because for me, they it's been 3 years now. Okay, they lost in the semi-finals of URC for the past 2 years, and also in Vestic Champions Cup in the finals as well. They didn't do well when it came to Ireland in the Six Nations, so those boys are also hurt. They're desperate for...
Also, British and Irish Lions spots up for grabs.
Yes.
Massive motivation.
We'll cover that
Massive
as well.
motivation.
But also, EPCR, I know our teams is not in, okay, we're in the class classes. But if you look at teams like Edinburgh versus Bath, will be also on the 3rd of May, and the 4th of May will be Lyon versus Racing. Who's the 2 teams that you think is going to be in the final and winning it?
Probably Racing. Racing will probably identify this tournament to win it, to get themselves into the Investic Champions Cup next year. Obviously, they've been struggling in the top 14. So this is the way for them to qualify to get to the
so you will say Racing in the final with?
I don't know.
Edinburgh Bath?
I'm going to go with Bath. Finn Russell, Johan van Graan, Louis Schreuder, Jacob Coetzee, Tank Thomas de Toit playing there for Bath. So a very big South African contingency at Bath.
Yes, 100%,
so that will be my 2 teams.
I agree with you in Investic Champions Cup, but when it comes to EPCR, I'm a bit different. Okay?
It's fine.
I'm going to go with Edinburgh because Edinburgh is playing at home against Bath, and Bath are looking good at the moment, but the confidence they take from the Bulls, they can just add that into their season, and they're also in a fight when it comes to the URC, so they're looking good. And the team that will obviously face them will be Lyon. I think Lyon is in better form. I've been Racing just squeezed through.
As wat het
Connacht in the last, the red card as well. I don't know how they got into the semi-finals, but Lyon looking unbelievable. I mean, the game against the Bulls as well, you could have seen they've got something up cooking,
Brilliant, boykie.
And let's get to a bit of green and gold stuff.
Yeah, Ruckus, we decided this week because we don't have a guest on the show, we're going to have a little bit of hot topic debate, okay? Hypothetical conversations between the two of us, me and my partner, because we cannot wait for Springbok season to come around. It feels like it takes it so slow for Rassie to make his team selection, for the squad to be announced.
I look at green and gold. I'm dressed in green and gold. Come on, where's Italy? Bring them over. Partner, let's look at where we are at the moment. I mean, we can also look back at what Coach Peter de Villiers said in the last episode. He said about the form of Springbok players when it comes to URC and Vestic Champions Cup, and we'll always have this debate how to be treated. Injuries at the moment. There's a couple of guys.
Big injury for me, Jasper Visser. Jasper Visser's injury.
And that comes at the back of Elrich Low.
It's too... Obviously, Elrich would have been the next guy up. Now he's injured as well, out for the season. Jasper, obviously, out for the season. Now, the number 8 position.
Conundrum.
Lekker woordkie. Conundrum. I'm going to throw my bold... Not prediction, my bold selection out there, okay, Ruckus?
Say with the gut. Say with the gut.
It's the year that we said we're going to talk with our gut.
Yeah, and I'm an old boy now, okay.
Okay, I like
birthday
it.
Boy, 37 is not jokes.
My gut bold prediction for Springbok number 8 is obviously, I've said and I've mentioned Kemi Hanekom, but I'm going to be even more bolder this year. Not Kemi. Kemi will be in the mix. He will be in the team. But I believe Kemi comes off the bench.
We're talking Italy now.
We're talking Italy first. He's not been in the mix at all this year. But I believe someone that needs to get a look into this year, Ruckus, that we've kind of missed. And I don't think no one is speaking highly enough about him, is Giorno Trocchi Augustus. Northampton Saints 8-man, playing in a house on fire in the English Gallagher Premiership, now moving to Ulster. I believe he's going to be the bold selection that will happen in the Italy Test Series.
100%. Is he in form in the Gallagher Premiership?
I think he's been brilliant. They love him over there. I think he's a like-for-like to Jasper Visser, and Coach Rassie in the past is like that type of player. Someone that carries really hard, that's explosive off the back of the scrum. I think with his physique, the way he carries, look, he was SA under-20 in his year, Player of the Year, overall the IRB player at that time.
Is he physical? Can he make massive hits?
From a carrying point of view, absolutely.
Okay, defensively, hard work, getting around the park?
I do believe he can. And number 8 is obviously a bit more subtle when it comes to the breakdown play and defensively. But I think what he can give us is that 12 to 15 carries again, catching the ball from a high ball at the back, taking it up, putting a point of thing in the middle. So it will be between him and Kemi. But I just think from a bold, throwing something out there, bold this year.
While
25.
I'm on a bit different type of vibe.
Okay.
While we're on the bold and the beautiful.
Okay. Stefano de Mero?
Yeah. So for me, Elrich Low out. Okay.
Yes.
how do we look at Springbok? If I put my Rassie cap on now, Dr. Rassie,
Yes.
Rasmus cap on, okay?
Please,
How do we look
get
at the
it right.
Springbok number 8? We've got Dwayne Vermeulen type of vibe. That's what we looked at, okay?
Okay.
If you look at the past 4 to 5, 8 years. But now, we don't have Cameron Hanekom. Cameron Hanekom gives you that. Physical, get over you, making big hits,
Fantastic on
carrying
the
hard,
ground.
okay? We replaced him, Dwayne Vermeulen, with Jasper Visser because it's a copy and paste.
Okay.
That's what Rassie's got his blueprint. So all he does is, if you can't do the job, move across, we get a copy and paste.
Okay.
Now for me at the moment is, who do we get in there? We can give Cameron Hanekom a go, but is he like a Dwayne Vermeulen? Yes, he gets around the park and he's physical and he's
Elusive. Maybe into Tony Brown's way of play.
Yes, he can carry, but he can't boof or make that big hits. So what I've seen, and I had was this concern of the past couple of times within the URC, I saw him at number 6. Okay, he played for number 6 and he's a brilliant number 6. But then he moved to number 8.
Oh, I like this where this is going.
Okay.
Okay, continue.
Yeah, Hollywood Bet Sharks, number
Yes.
8. Okay, Siya Kolisi. Okay, the past couple of games, just look at his form. I want you to go a deep look into his form. What did he do against the Lions in Emirates Airline Park? He set up a try, he scored a try. The next weekend against the Lions as well, he scored 2 tries. Okay, he's brilliant. He looks like, for me, he comes alive when he plays number 8. And we play him number 6, but what is the job of the number 6? Go fetch. And he doesn't do it for us. He carries a bit more for us. So at number 8, he can pick around off the base of the scrum. He can get us go forward. So if we can put him at number 8, we get Peter Steff the toy there. And
Yes.
then we can have your Eskom or your Dion Fourie, because he's also been in the squad, just to go fetch that ball and do
Hunt the ball.
Yes, do the job and be a nuisance when it comes to the breakdown. I mean, that can work beautiful for me. What do you think?
No, look.
Does it make sense a little bit?
That's why he's a coach.
Ah,
Okay,
no,
that's
no,
why
no.
he's a under 21 competition winning coach for Boland. That take I did not see coming, and that is a brilliant take. Because we
It can
also
work.
would see how his strengths come into play, his ability to carry in the wider channels, like last year for the
100%,
box,
yeah.
looking excellent. And
He's
he's
close.
actually been in fantastic form for the Sharks.
At number 8.
Okay, yes.
Not in 4, at
At
number
number 8?
8. Yes, number 8
Okay.
is fantastic. So I feel like we've got a puzzle to fix that problem at the moment.
Let's say we need Peter Steff because his PT has been injured this past year. Is there someone else that you can, if Rassie doesn't go with Peter Steff, and number 7 that is put up his hand for that number 7 spot?
That's a tricky one. What does Peter Steff go in there? You know, Rassie, the blueprint. Okay, it must be a copy and paste type of vibe. Who runs around the park? It's always a tricky one. I mean, Juan Venter has been good at number 7. He gets us go forward, but he's got a different role to him. BJ Dixon was pumped to be the Peter Steff, the 2, and he's pretty much injured at the moment, I think. But that is actually...
What about that Juan Venter that plays for the Lions? He got his cap last year for the Springboks, I believe, against Portugal.
But he doesn't do Peter Steff for me. He's not around. Doesn't have to work...
Workhorse type of thing.
Type of vibe to get around the park, make tackles here, like in the Rugby World Cup, 17, 20 tackles.
So you believe we still need to find the next PT?
Next PT, yeah.
Okay.
So
And in the backs, anyone that we believe is going to be a dark horse that Rassie will select from the outside?
For me personally, this season when it comes to Italy and Georgia, Ethan Hooker will get his opportunity.
Okay.
I feel like he's been brilliant when it comes to the past couple of seasons or games. And it must be at number 13. Because don't go to the wing. I know he plays for the Sharks a little bit wing.
Okay.
Because with the Power Rangers over there,
Not 12, 13.
12 or 13.
Okay.
But I would go with 13 because 12 is more of a playmaker and he's more of a striker runner. So you either get a playmaker or you get a striker runner. He's more of a striker runner. Okay, at 12, we kind of need a Damien Dialendi that can, put guys into place, but also can go forward. But at the wings, we set with the Power Rangers.
Quick question. Guy like David Creel, the past 2 years, he's been excellent for the Bulls in the center department. Does he get a look in or not? Is he Springbok material?
I don't think that's what Rassie needs. If you're looking at a 7-1 split or 6-2 split, maybe, because he can play 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so he can cover all these aspects, but what Rassie needs from a physicality point of view, not the work rate, because he's got work rate, and he picks up at all the different spots, but physicality.
Another conundrum. I'm throwing more spice
Adams
into this curry pot. Henko Venter, outside center, scrum pet, Lions, that I know Coach Rassie and them love. Strong ball carrier, maybe he gets an opportunity.
Yeah, I like Enku. I like Enku, especially at number 13 as well. There's a couple of things that we can look at when it comes to his play, because he's very, like we said, he's a striker runner. So sometimes there's opportunities he missed with the 2-on-1 or 3v2s and those type of things, but you can work on that. But when it comes to physicality, speed, those type of things, it works. At the back for me, when it comes to 15, I know about you, Fassi picks himself. I know we've got Willie Leroux also there as well, and Rassi made it clear that he wants to get him to 100, but when is that? Okay, we've got 3 tests, Italy, Georgia. Will he get opportunities? What test will he play, the Georgia or the Italy one? Because he's not going to be there when it comes to 2027, I think, because he's like, what is he now, 36 years old? He will be 38 as well. So Fassi is the future.
Yes.
Ewan Horn is the future.
Yes, both left-footed.
Yes. Then wingers, what we look at, Kurtley Arendse is the future because he can get to 2031.
I still believe 2031. Cheslin is still young enough to play for the next 5 years for the Boks.
Yeah, he'll be 34, 35-ish when it comes to the Rugby World Cup. But we need someone to fix him.
Okay.
We need someone to fix him. Eto'o van der Merwe will get to 2031. They must get him as a power ranger in the squad. But another conundrum. Okay,
before you throw me a conundrum, I just want to fix my mistake. It's not Henko Venter, it's Henko van Wyk. Okay? Fix my mistake. Henko van Wyk, outside centre for the Emirates Lions. Throw your conundrum.
Okay. My conundrum is, you know me. Rassi, it's the blueprint, and Rassi's copy and paste. Same like we spoke about Dwayne Vermeulen.
Yes.
And some other players as well.
Okay, hit me.
So, Cheslin Colby. Okay.
Yes.
Who's close to Cheslin Colby? Yes, Kurtley Arendse. Yes. Eto'o van der Merwe. Okay. But there's a guy at Munster that kind of went there, similar. Small, power ranger, move, playing fullback now, from Boys Eye, Takir Abrams. Okay? He did what Chessie did.
Yes.
Didn't get recognized here. He's going overseas to Munster. Look at the try scored against La Rochelle. Woo, unbelievable. And for me, he's more Cheslin Colby because he's got the step. Kurtley Arendse has got the speed and movement and zwai and swerve.
Yes.
But Kurtley does he have the deadly step?
I understand totally where you come from, your copy and paste, but me personally, Rakas, I haven't seen enough of Takir Abrams to have a confident analyst on him. But before I would look at him, I would rather go with a guy like Leolon Zas, who I believe is a fantastic winger. He's carry strong. He's been very consistent over the whole URC since the inception of South African teams going into the URC. Last year was top try scorer of the URC. So Zas for me would probably also be very close at knocking at the door, just behind Edwill, Kanan, Kurtley, Cheslin, Colby, Makazola, Mapimpi.
I don't mind it, but the age as well. Okay, we have to look at 2031. Takir Abrams is 25 years old, so we can. And Coach Peter de Villiers said about talent and potential.
Yes.
He has potential. Okay, to get that copy and paste with Cheslin. No one will get to Cheslin Colby. I mean, no one will get to Cheslin Colby. And you guys spoke to me about, the JC Pretoria and the Kwagga Smith. They are who they are at the moment. But if you look at what works for the Springboks, okay, and what are the big boys scared of? James Lowe are not scared of Julian Sevilla anymore. They're scared of the Power Rangers. The Power Rangers that's denting a little bit. Look at Graham Darcy as well when it comes to Edinburgh. That guy was dangerous. He ran bulls off the park. We've got Power Rangers here about Ntukoze, Makazi. Okay, give that guy opportunity. Hopefully he's black and yellow. Anyway, but you know where I'm coming from.
No, I understand your point. I completely, utterly understand your point and the way you come across and trying to think the way Coach Rassi, Dr. Rassi, how he
but now he spoke to me a little bit. I'm throwing balls into your court a little bit. Okay, I want to know about
small balls.
Yeah. So look, our props, Ox, Vincent, Frans Malherbe, and you spoke about this bounce player of the week. Okay, you gave him 4. You gave him 3 pits and 4. Yes. Where are we? He had opportunities. Is it time? Or what is lacking? Because scrum is not the only thing that's going to win games for you.
But I do believe his scrum ability is a big cause that will help you to win test matches. I don't believe the Boks lineout hasn't struggled the way the Bulls lineout is currently struggling. So if you can generate scrum penalties through Wilco Low, I think that is the way. I think he's knocking on the door.
He's knocking on the door.
Yes. Frans Malherbe is
it only scrum?
number 1 tight head for South Africa,
but
I believe.
Are you only talking scrums?
Scrums.
But scrum is an effort of 8 also. What about his tackling? Does he knock people back? Franak, does he get off the park? Does he have that ability of putting him out the back? Does he have the ability to get there when needed or clean or blast?
No, his cleaning ability is excellent. The only thing that I would say Bilko probably is not going to give you is what Kutsi gave you in the past. Their ability to play out the back, to offload in contact. That's not his strength. So his strength is absolutely set piece and then making sure that he stops momentum on the thing. On the gain line. So that are the two things that Wilco Low will give you in abundance.
Yeah.
So I don't think he's going to give you the ability to offload chicken wings, throw the ball over his head, look somewhere else.
Okay. But then, so you give him opportunity against Italy?
I will definitely.
Okay. But now we're also building for 2027 and 2031. Is he not, he's already in his 30s.
Tight head prop, that's the only place.
Don't we now look at Glapakani? Influence. Asenati.
I think Asenati will be in the mix for the box. Asenati and Glapakani will be in the mix for the box. Three tight head props that will obviously, I believe, Rassi will pick as Francie, Asenati, and Glapakani in Wilkulo.
Yeah, Glapakani is obviously a bit younger.
Yes.
I know people are saying how he gets around the
No,
park,
let's
but
stop that.
He does his job.
Okay, if we had to get over the fact that players were small, we're gonna get over the fact that Glapakani and Senati doesn't have a six-pack.
100%, ja.
Okay.
Okay, en Lucas Frans Malherbe.
As hy ding jou eet, jy het 'n migraine en 'n kopseer vir 2 dae as hy jou raak kry.
Ja, vra vir Shasha.
Ja.
And I mean, look at France.
Afgeskryf.
France after COVID also. You see?
Sit gou jou seatbelt aan.
Okay, but he's got 2 medals. Okay, right.
Exactly. Back to back.
Back to back, yeah. But pardon also.
One more hot topic, Ruckers, that we have to discuss today that for me it has become evident in rugby watching over the past weekend Australian teams.
Oh, yeah.
We covered it in the Geo Epsilon episode.
Yes.
The fact that they lost a Super Rugby team in the Melbourne Rebels. All of a sudden, Australian rugby looks
They're
good.
moving forward, yeah.
They're looking really good.
They top 6.
Top 6.
Third, fourth, fifth. They're sitting there.
Waratahs beating the Chiefs top of the log
Yes.
at home.
Reds.
Joseph Swahili. The rugby league star that come across to rugby union looks like an absolute star. Reminds me so much of Israel Folau.
100%, yeah.
How do you feel about Australian rugby moving towards the British and Irish Lions competition?
Remember, I said it in the Geo Epsilon episode. I said, be careful of Australian rugby, okay? Sometimes, first they laugh, then they follow, okay? They're laughing at you, then they will prove you wrong. I mean, there's a lot of teams that's done that before. If you look at the Springboks as well, we got laughed at 57-0 in Albany, those type of things, and we got back to Rugby World Cup medals. But what I'm saying at the moment is, they're growing, they had a chat. The father spoke to the kids and said, boys, we're looking not good, okay? And the boys picked themselves up. They 3rd, 4th, and 5th. The Reds, Waratahs, the Western Force are looking good as well. All these type of teams, Brumbies are up there. They're looking good. And I said it in the Geo Epsilon episode. For me, it's going to be very close when it comes to the British and Irish Lions. It's going to be one each, and then the final game will obviously be a decider. And I think Australia might tip it because they're the underdogs.
Okay.
They might tip it because they're underdogs. Even the Brumbies and Waratahs and these teams might also upset them when it comes to that midweek games. Okay? Because there's also a thing why I say that. Look at New Zealand and British and Irish Lions in their year. Everyone said, All Blacks on top of the world, 2011, 2015, Rugby World Cup champions. Okay? What did the British and Irish Lions show? We changed a couple of players. Anthony Watson, give Elliot Daly some chances. What happened? Square. Won a couple of things there as well.
Hulle het hom gedeel.
Hulle het hom gedeel, ja.
Gedeel.
So I know the team is getting announced on the 8th of May, but I really think don't write off Australia.
I want to fully agree with you there. I think for me, it's just cool to see, look, Ruckers, we as South Africans, we're not accustomed to rugby league, obviously. It's still rugby, but a lot of different laws there. But Joseph Suwali, and I hope I'm really pronouncing his surname correctly, he's fast, he's big, he offloads, and he's still learning the game of rugby.
He's young, yeah.
The Waratahs obviously playing him at 15 currently. It's just been really impressive. And I think for me, that stood out by listening to Australia commentary, listening to Australian media. They've also gained from his stardom, his superstarness, the same as when Sonny Bill came over to rugby. The same as Israel Folau when he came over to rugby. Wendell Saylor when he came over to rugby. So he's bringing that star, that celebrity with...
For Australian rugby. Quite Cooper episode, what did he say? there's no one in the current team when it comes to the Wallabies that gives the children and the youth hope. I mean, back in the day, they had Quade Cooper, Will Guinea, James O'Connor, David Pocock. That was names that can bring...
Matt Giddow.
They bring in the youth and the love for rugby. He does it now. A little bit concerned, he's playing 15. They want him 13 when it comes to the Wallabies. Tom Wright is there.
Where would you play him?
For me, I would bring him into the 15 position because you just said now he's playing fantastic rugby and he's playing fantastic rugby at 15, like we want to do with Sia.
Yes. Another conundrum.
Yes.
Is it not easier then for him to play on the wing and listen to my argument?
Okay.
Listen to my argument first.
Okay, listen carefully.
2,500
and 9,000.
13 defensively is going to be tough for him playing against the British and Irish Lions, not accustomed to decision-making defensively. 15, I believe Tom Wright is a fantastic player and he's done it consistently over the past years for the Wallabies. 14, he's still a threat aerially. He can still dominate space. He can still get touches on the wing. Isn't that maybe a position for him to play, especially with Corey Obete? The not getting a bit older, playing in Japan. Maybe the wing a place for him to play against the British and Irish Lions?
Not really for me. So when you're a winger, he's got the aerial skills, okay, 100%. But I don't think he's got the finishing ability skills that wants to go score tries. He looks for me more like a creator.
Okay.
And we spoke about it now. Either you're a strike runner or you're a creator. Okay, he's more of a creator. Put him at 15, you're Israel Folau. You know you will get your eyeballs. And you know when he comes from the back, he's more dangerous than at 13.
But does the number have such a big effect? Because at tech you can move him around where you want him to be.
On 14.
That's what I'm saying.
No, it does have effect. Your wingers, you don't want them to move too much across the field because if you want to...
Is that your belief?
Yes.
Okay.
So you obviously want him to work, but to a certain area, because once he works too far across to the touchline, okay, you want to get to second pole and come back home. Because if Quade Cooper and the boys come back and they want to throw brick passes and you're not there because you're looking for too much work, okay, sometimes you just got to stay in that one lane. If you look for too much work, you're getting out of position most of the time, and when they need you to finish, you're not there.
Okay,
so I'd put him at 15.
Why I find that very interesting, Ruckus, is because Coach Franco, obviously, he believes in keeping his loose forwards outside on the edges and allowing the wing to roam. So the wing follows play, and that creates your extra number where he can take on the bigger size defenders that is in the middle of the field. Yeah. That's my reasoning for saying if you can play on the wing, it's. I just think they create an extra number that can confuse the British and Irish Lions.
Yeah. No, I think it will be more dangerous coming from the back, yeah. But then also, partner, we have to look at... is there any Bok predictions for you that you feel like could maybe get the opportunity? Because I didn't ask you.
I said Augustus.
Augustus.
Yes, that's my
Is there a couple other boys that you feel like...
I don't think Coach Rashi will probably want to make sure that we get through Italy. He'll take his rest in the Georgia game and then target that the Tri-Nations, the championship, and obviously the 6th of September, Eden Park. That will be the one that we need to tick for South African rugby, and we will tick it.
But let's move on to its URC time. We park a different car. We're into another car now. It's week 14 of the URC. Friday is Edinburgh versus Sharks. Sharks are going away at 25 minutes to 9. And then Saturday, Lions versus Benetton, 1:45 early game. And then Stormers versus Connacht at 4 o'clock, Friday night, okay, same time we spoke about, is the Springboks coming back? They played a B team. Are the B team still overseas? What's happening? Who's playing? Massive game as well. Edinburgh coming off a big win.
Look, the Sharks on their social media platforms announced their touring squad and all the Springboks are in. Eben Etzebeth is back. Bongi Mbanambi is back. Fassi is back. Lucanio Arm is back. Grant Williams and them are all back. Are they rusty? That's probably the question mark we'll see Friday night.
Pick one. Let's go.
If I have to pick one, I'm going to go with the Sharks. I just look, obviously the Bulls lost against Edinburgh last week. I'm just not a big believer in Edinburgh, personally.
Are you sure?
Yes, 100% sure.
They showed us Bulls something the first 30 minutes.
They absolutely did. They played fantastically well. Our line-out didn't function, and if the Sharks' line-out function with Eben and them being back, I believe the Sharks will take this one in Scotland.
I'm other way around, yeah. I think the Edinburgh boys are looking strong. You got Graham Darcy and the boys are scoring fantastic tries. The way they're playing that 12 short out the back inside, they got a lot of options, which is good to see. I mean, also Sean Everett, that's a South African coach, he's doing fantastic work. And Skuman is looking good, yeah.
No, look, it's going to be a Springbok center combination as well. They've seen those pictures. Andre Estres and Lucanio Am. It won't be David Kriel and Harold Foster.
Okay,
it's a complete...
big dog.
It's big dogs. Die honde blak, boef, boef, boef.
2 kilos meat. Okay,
die honde is daar, boef, boef. Met die saakies.
Yeah, so options indeed. Yeah, but then Lions, Benetton, we got to look at Benetton, looking at when the Springboks, because Benetton is Italy, so we got to look at that team. And we're also playing the Stormers when we at the BrightRock Suite experience them. And Stormers, Connacht bringing a B team.
Yeah.
No Whitbicks.
Nothing.
No Mac Hansen.
Nothing.
Bilam is in the squad I saw. So it's pretty much,
I don't even
there's
know
no
who Bilam
Namalekers.
is.
Huh?
I don't even know.
The prop with the cornrows, yes,
okay.
with the tattoos and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, he plays for Ireland. So
No Stormers by 20 at home against Connacht.
yeah.
Stormers gaat hulle eet.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, they're gonna punish them. They know it's 4 games and they need to get into the top 8 as well. And then Lions, Benetton. Ooh.
I'm going to go with the away team for the Italian team. My partner has convinced me over the last year that they've played really good rugby. And obviously with the additions of Jacob Umanga, Malakai Fiketua, makes Reino Smith, makes the Italian national team with those additions that plays for Benetton, it makes them very formidable. And I also believe they will target this Lions game. And the Lions hasn't had a good 2025.
The Benetton team is just hot, eh?
So I'm going to go with Benetton.
Smith. And Rakas, I also want you, if you look at Benetton against the Lions and also Benetton against the Stormers the week after, you got to look at the mindset of looking at Italy as well. So look at those 2 centers, Ignacio Brex, Juan Brex and Tommaso Monticello. Those 2 guys.
Monticello.
Yeah.
Oh,
Michelangelo.
Monticello.
So those 2 guys are going to be crucial when it comes to the international period as well. And also Negri, Sebastian Negri.
Yes.
They've got the captain as well, Miguel. Miguel there as well. So it's pretty much Italy what we're going to see. So the defense coach, when it comes to the Springbok, needs to look at it because those 2 guys are unbelievable, especially Monticello. That options 12, they killed the Sharks a couple of times at the Hollywood Kings Park with that option 12. So Breck's catching it. He's got the look long, play short. He just knows how to fix this player and play the right option over there. Sometimes they interlink. Sometimes they put Monticello at 12 and Brex at number 13. And sometimes when that happens, you know it's go forward Monticello because he's a very, very big boy and the forwards are coming around the corner. So if you look at Benetton for the next couple of weeks, just have a look at what's coming when it comes to Italy.
Were you backing in that game?
So I'm backing the Benetton as well. I think
so we're going to Benetton against the Lions.
It's a strong game, yeah. And the following week against the Stormers, it's going to be a cracker, a must-win for both of them.
Yes.
I mean, the Lions, for me, if you look back at Coach Peter de Villiers' episode of last weekend, that episode made me think a couple of times. I watched it 5 times, partner. Okay, I listened to your voice 5 times. But there was a certain thing that Coach Peter said that got me thinking, teams preparing for teams and not for games.
Okay.
So, and he mentioned England, and I was thinking about it. When England plays against New Zealand, they get themselves up forward. But now they play against Wales and Italy. You don't know, are they going to win or not win? So there's a couple of teams that puts me into that mold. Yes, England is one of them, but Lions also. When they play against the Sharks and it's the Springboks, 34-0. But then they play against a Benetton, a Zebra, it's struggling. Sharks also got the same feeling for me. Those 2 teams, I'm struggling a bit in finding where are they when it comes to mindset. How do we get themselves up? Is it too much technical? Is it too much emotional? So those 2 teams are concerned for me. Stormers, I know they've got the DNA. Doesn't matter who comes, they bring it. Bulls, the same as well. Even though we've got the concerns of defense and discipline, but they're almost like they're preparing for games more than for teams. I don't know how you feel, partner, but that's also what I picked up.
No, look, for me, it's just the consistency this year, not the whole season. This year, they have been lacking. They've slipped a few games. And I believe, look, they have to win this one to give themselves a really good opportunity for top 8. That's the truth and the realistic part of it. But I'm still going to go with Benetton. I'm going to go with Stormers against Connacht. Stormers, I'm going for the DHL Stormers against Connacht. Plus 20 points.
Yes.
plus 20 points.
25 for me.
Okay,
I'm in the
and
same
then
boat, yeah.
Sharkies against Edinburgh.
Yeah. No, I'm in the same boat as well. No, I've got Edinburgh there in that one. So it's going to be a cracker for URC. I mean, week 14, there's only a couple of games. Everyone is fighting. I badly want everyone to be in the top 8, especially the Lions. Last year, they were coming at 9 to 10. I want in the Investing Champions Cup, all 4 teams. So hopefully we can get it.
But now they've lost again. They've lost Edwin van der Merwe to the Hollywood Bet Sharks for the next coming season. So obviously a lot of question marks there.
Yeah.
Are they attracting Springboks? Are they attracting bigger brand names to the union? There is the question mark. Om Rudolf gaat koop die mannen. Asseblief. Om Rudolf, okay. Rakkers, this is episode 92 and we are proudly supported by SuperSport Bet and one of our associate sponsors to Behind the Ruck is Ticket Pro for all your ticket needs, especially for teams like the Emirates Lions, Vodacom Bulls, Hollywood Bet Sharks. Get your tickets through the Ticket Pro app. Yeah. And it's been a brilliant episode, Rakkers, where we could debate hot topics. We had a bit of our say.
We got to fight a little bit.
I eat from me and it's a conundrum. We threw some big English words out there. It was...
Partner, before we say goodbye, okay, you like a giveaway, okay? It's 3P time. It's back in time competition. Let's give him another one.
Okay.
DJ Caleb.
Hitler.
Another one. Okay, guys, it's been 3 weeks back to back, back in time competition. This week, I give you another opportunity, okay? We've seen last week, okay? Get your stuff in the comment section. This week's question is nice and easy. UCT won the Varsity Cup. Okay, we had Robbie Fleck on episode 86. Okay, and this question is, in the current UCT championship team, who did he say is the outstanding rugby player that has a bright future when it comes to South Africa? He mentioned one player, okay? And it was a 9 thing, maybe. Okay, he mentioned one player. Go make sure you find out who's that player. Put it in the comment section. Obviously, the whole week will run for it and you got an opportunity to one of these bad boys. Okay, entries will close this Tuesday. And then also in the WhatsApp channel. Go there now and get to our WhatsApp channel and they will announce the winner there as well.
Because just so you know, the winner of the Festina watches will only be announced on the WhatsApp channel. So for you guys to find out if you are a winner, you have to be part of our WhatsApp channel community. The link is below in the description. Also in our link tree on our social media platforms, our WhatsApp channel. Please go there for the Festina Watches Back in Time competition, episode 86. There is the answer for you. It's been a fantastic episode, buddy. Happy birthday. I hope you have a brilliant week. Rakkers, this has been exciting episode 92. Guys, I am Rudy Page.
I'm Juan de Jong.
And the Ruck is clear. See you next week, Rakkers.